what's the best drug plan for me to get? Just tell me, what's the best one for me to get? And the answer is different for everyone in here because everyone here has different drugs. Some of you take maybe 2 generic drugs or maybe nothing at all. Others have a list of drugs as long as your arm. You may have 10, 11, 12 prescriptions, and you might have some expensive prescriptions. So if you've got a plan that has a low monthly premium, then you probably have high out-of-pocket costs on the back end. You might have a 0 premium plan, but the insurance companies are not dummies. They're going to get their money from you when you show up at the pharmacy. If you have a plan that has a high premium on the front end, you might have low out-of-pocket costs on the back end. They might cover your deductible. They might have really low copays at the pharmacy. And you end up, even though you had a higher premium month to month, you ended up paying less for your drugs in the long run. So if I'm helping somebody, the first question I'm going to ask you is, give me a list of your drugs. I want to know what you're taking, what's the dosage, how many are you taking in a month? Let's get the list of the drugs, and then let's look at where you live, because all of this is tied to your zip code. And so we look at all of the plans that are available based on your own drug list and find the sweet spot right here where you've got the lowest monthly premium and the lowest out-of-pocket costs. This is a moving target. So this is something that changes every year. It's very fluid right now because we're in this disruptive period. But this is something that every year that you're on Medicare, this time of the year, you need to have someone look at this because the drug plans change. You say, well, my drugs hadn't changed. Well, the drug plans might change, but even if the drug plans didn't change, your drug needs will change over time. They will evolve over time. What you're taking at 67 years old isn't going to look like what you're taking when you're 72 or 77. It will change over time. So you need to reevaluate this and get it dialed in. That happens during the annual election period between October 15th and December 7th. We're 1 week into it now. You got until Pearl Harbor Day. Whatever you do during that time takes effect on January the 1st. This applies if you've got a standalone Part D plan or if it's bundled in with your Advantage plan. If it's bundled in with your Advantage plan, you're going to reevaluate the whole thing. You can say, well, I'm sort of insulated from all of this because my drug coverage is with my Advantage plan. Not the case. Because in order to, if you've been on Medicare, if you've been on an Advantage plan for a while, in September, you got an annual notice of change. Some of you read it, and some of you said, oh, this is junk mail from my insurance company, and you threw it away. You will notice that your plan has probably changed from last year to this year. Same plan, but they depreciated the benefits. I thought that I had better dental coverage last year than I've got this year. Or, they gave me that card for over-the-counter for my over-the-counter meds, and it was $100 and something last year. Now it's like $50. And there's a lot of that stuff going on right now. And the stuff that might not be quite so apparent is on your Advantage plan. When you're going to the doctor, you go to see a specialist, you still got your $0 copay with the primary care physician, but you go to see a specialist, and I thought that was $30 to go see them. And now it's 50, 60, 70. So you're going to get sticker shock when you show up at the doctor's office. I didn't expect that. Another thing, a couple of things that are a little bit sneaky that you're not paying attention to it until it's in your face is, what if I go to the hospital? What's my copay at the hospital? Well, I thought it was going to cost me $300 or $400 per admission at the hospital, and you find out that it's $300 or $400 per day for the first 5 or 6 days, and you leave the hospital with a $2,000 hospital bill, and you're like, wow, I did not see that coming.